911, what is the location of your emergency?
Units have started an incomplete call. Call taker heard. Caller yelling for help. Unknown circumstances.
Take a deep breath for me, okay? Help is on the way.
Charles 35, fighting with one. 1 Charles 35, I copy. Units to start code 3 to 1 Charles 35. Sergeant to copy. Papers for you.
You're listening to the Raspy Dispatcher.
Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video on my YouTube channel, the Raspy Dispatcher. Thank you everyone thus far for all the support. I really appreciate it, and I really look forward to providing more and more content, more and more study tools, more and more opportunities for us to learn from each other and get better and really excel in the field of emergency dispatch. So with that all being said, if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you like the video, hit that like button, and of course, tell a friend. So let's go ahead and get right into this next video. So these videos are going to be dedicated specifically for post-exam for dispatchers. So some agencies have you take the critical test, others opt for you to take the post-test. So these videos are geared for the post-test. The post-test is similar and yet extremely different than critical. So because of that, it definitely has a reason to have its own video section here on the channel. So for you guys who are preparing to take the post-test, Post has actually put an examinee guide, a study guide, if you will, on their website for those to download, read, study, so they're not going in blind to the post test. I am going to put the link to that in the bio section of this video, so you can go ahead and access it there easily. So with that being said, first and foremost, the first page of this examinee guide says February of 1996. I'm not complaining, Post, but I'm just saying it's 2021. I think we can get an update by now. But regardless, the examinee guide is still geared toward the post-exam, and it obviously hasn't changed since 1996. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So again, like the critical test, the post-exam is designed to measure an applicant's abilities, foundational abilities, to be able to conduct the tasks that a dispatcher does while on the job. What it is not designed to do is check for job-specific knowledge, meaning it's not designed to test something that you would only have knowledge of if you had dispatched in the past. So it's simply testing your fundamental abilities. If you have the simple basic skills to do this job, and then once you identify you have those skills, you can be put through the training process that whatever agency that hires you on conducts themselves. So just like critical, post is simply trying to figure out if you have the basic skills to do this job. So a quick recap of our last post video. If you haven't checked it out yet, please make sure to do so. It's got some good basic information on the post test. But let's just go ahead and take a look at what post specifically lists that they are measuring with their test. Verbal ability, and this is the ability to read and listen to information and identify facts and draw conclusions, and the ability to write clearly. Reasoning, the ability to apply general rules to specific problems to attain logical answers, and the ability to correctly follow those rules to arrange things and actions in a certain order. Memory, the ability to store and retrieve facts in a certain order and other details and other information. Perceptual ability. This is the ability to quickly and accurately compare letters and numbers presented in written form, and the ability to shift back and forth between two or more sources of information, both written and orally imparted in performing a task. So For the entire test, those are the things that they are looking for specifically. The test is comprised of 11 different sections. Each has its own set of instructions and time limit. Each test will range from anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, taking somewhere between 2.5 to 3 hours to complete the test in its entirety, and that includes a break. 6 of those tests use traditional paper and pencil in multiple choice formatting. The remaining 5 tests require you to listen to information and then answer multiple choice questions in a booklet that they give you. Some of these tests require you to take notes while you hear something or while you're presented with information. The notes are not scored, so feel free to write however you please, and you really utilizing shorthand, abbreviations, things of that nature, so you can get as much information down on paper for you to recall later. Again, your notes are not scored, so you can write as you please. The only scores that are graded are the ones that you write inside of your booklet or on your Scantron, and those are turned in. Those are the only things that are scored, not your notes. Post does make a point to list in this examinee guide that some of the sections are very, very short time limits. So where speed of response does matter. So don't be alarmed if you feel that you can't keep up with that rapid pace. Post specifically states that these time limits are designed to test your limits by working you up to a pace where no one can keep up. So again, the test is created that way, so don't feel overwhelmed once you hit that section of this test, because it's simply designed that way. It's designed to push your limits. All materials will be supplied for you at the test location. There are no special materials that you need to bring in order to complete the test. So I wouldn't even bring in my cell phone. Even when I had to take critical, I wasn't able to bring in my cell phone, no smartwatches, anything like that. So just be prepared for that type of thing when going to take any of these exams. So taking the test, there is no advantage to guessing at random on this test. A fraction of a point will be subtracted from your test score for each wrong answer given. Again, a fraction of a point will be subtracted from your test score for each wrong answer given. So there is no advantage to guessing at random if you are not sure. Leaving an item blank will not count for you or against you. Again, leaving an item blank will not count for you or against you. A general strategy for taking this test, like most tests, is to answer the questions that you feel sure of first, and then coming back to the ones you're not so sure of later. So keep all that in mind. I think it's really important to know that. You can't just guess, because it'll end up hurting you on this test. So how do they score these tests? How do I know how my performance was on the test? So those 11 different tests that you take, each receives equal weight in contributing to your total test score. So try your hardest on each section, because they all equally weigh into your total test score. Each test section is then scored on a standard scale, evaluating your performance and the performance of other examinees. In other words, your total score is not simply the number of correct responses to test questions. Rather, your total score is a combination of correct responses minus a fraction of incorrect responses, compared to the statewide average of the test taken. And what is considered a passing score is actually determined individually by each agency. All right, so there you have it. That is the first portion of the examinee guide that is given by Post to really break down the process, to break down the scoring of how you should prepare to take the test. So the next video, we're going to actually go over the test format, and we're going to go through the sample questions that are provided by Post to really help you dig in and prepare for your post-exam test. So again, thank you so much for watching my videos. If you enjoyed them, hit subscribe, hit a like. If you have a question, comment, kudos to give, just want to share your experience throughout this taxing interview process, leave a comment. I do my best to respond in a timely manner. So I look forward to hearing from you and connecting with you soon. See you next time.